best thing about playing for Team Canada against the internationals?
The best thing is just playing for your country. You have the country out in the front of your chest. Your last name on the back of your jersey. It's a good feeling.
How much did you learn from playing against some bigger competition?
You learn a lot. Like you learn in the moment. Like certain plays you can't do. Certain plays like you learn just by experience. Like I learned how to shoot off the dribble when I played for Team Canada, and I felt more comfortable doing that. I felt like I learned off of them. Like I was asking them questions at the camp a lot, trying to just pick their brains because that's going to help me in the long run. Because their knowledge is key. Because I'm trying to get into their position.
What would you say is the most important thing that you've learned this summer that's going to help you the most this summer, and also with your goal of getting to the next level?
Definitely was at the CP3 camp, watching CP3. I learned how to play with pace and just be poised with the ball, not really overwhelm myself with too much dribbles or take too much less dribbles. I felt like he was a really good teacher and he taught me a lot. You gotta compete every day. Everyone's trying to compete for a spot somewhere, and there's people working not only in the U.S. but all over the world. I learned that during FIBA.
What about talking to scouts? How is that different? Like the NBA level guys, what are they telling you about your game?
They just keep telling me to work, keep working hard, and just learn how to just read the defense and make better decisions.
What's that process like? I'm sure it's crazy to be in that environment and that job interview. What were you thinking during those times?
Just try to stay focused. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Just be me.
AJ, how close was it between coming back for this year?
Well, it's always been a dream of mine to play in the NBA, but I felt like coming back to school this year was the right decision for me.
Was it ever, a point where saying could you put a percentage on it, about how close it was?
I mean, at one point it was 50-50, but obviously I came back to school this year, so it was definitely coming back to South Carolina.
AJ, what's the next step for your game?
Next step, I'm trying to be more of a leader this year and trying to develop my game to a better point guard, reading the defense, dribbling the ball off the pick and roll.
How good do you feel like this team can be with the pieces you have returning and then this freshman class coming?
Very good. I think we're very talented. We got a lot of new pieces this year, and we can do some special things.
Was that leadership role something you took upon yourself with Team Canada this summer? Do you feel like you've experienced being maybe the older statesman on the team?
Oh, definitely, because there was only 2 guys on that team that experienced college this year, me and another player. I felt like doing that, I feel like going to college this year made me kind of mentor the younger guys and people my age too, and they looked up to me a little bit because I'd experience over them.
I got a Final Four shirt today. Did a little hand-me-down there? How'd you get that one?
I don't remember how I got this, but it's definitely a goal of ours to try and go to Final Four and even further.
Yeah, along those lines, I mean, was that a big part of coming back? You felt like this team has potential, to make the NCAA tournament, and there's enough there. How much was that in your mind when you're making your decision about coming back?
We definitely have potential. We have a strong team this year. I feel like if we all work hard together and have good chemistry, I feel like we can do special things and go on a run.
Was there also a moment that said, yeah, with a little more time, a little more seasoning, I can do it?
There was definitely the point where it's a little more time, another year, or how much years it can take. I can learn, get stronger, work on my game.
Who all did you work out with?
I didn't work with any teams. It was my plan to, but I ended up not doing it.
Okay.
AJ, when you look at this roster, what do you see when you look at this roster and you're doing pickup games and you guys are practicing? What do you see?
I see a lot of hungry guys that are talented and all willing to work.
You've been around KeyShot obviously a bunch since you've been here. We saw a little bit of him trying to expand his game a little bit yesterday. He had a bunch of dunks, but he also stepped out and took the jump shots. That's a big thing he's been working on. What is the ceiling if he develops that, and how hard has he been working at that jump shot?
He's been working a lot. I remember when I was gone at Team Canada, he would call me on FaceTime saying, well, I can shoot now. So he's been working on it. I know that, and he's been hungry all year, so I know he'll probably expand his game, and I feel like Coach will let him do that too.
If he does that, what dynamic does that add? It's kind of obvious, but what kind of dynamic does that add to this team and him?
A great dynamic. He can do a lot of things now. If he can shoot, he can expand the defense. People are going to have to play him. It's going to be hard to play him.
He's fully eligible. What can he bring to this year's team, and were you shocked to kind of see him go off with 40 points?
He has a high motor. He can shoot the ball real well, and he's a strong guard that can defend.
AJ, when it comes under the radar?
I definitely feel underrated, but I've been underrated my whole life, so I just got to keep working to prove what I can do.
Why do you think that is? Just because the way you play, where you play?
I have no clue why, but I'm just under the radar, I feel.
Where did that 31-point game